They invited him to their mansion, promised nearly $1 billion deal, then mocked him with racial jokes, humiliated him publicly, and expected him to toast to their power. He stood up, tore the contract, and walked away into history. Ethan Cole wasn't born into power, he earned it. From a single laptop in a tiny Baltimore apartment, he built Cole Tech, a groundbreaking AI firm that revolutionized healthcare analytics. At 42, he was a Fortune 500 CEO, a household name in tech, and now sitting across from America's richest dynasty, the Whitmores, who offered him $900 million to acquire his company. But behind the polished handshakes and estate invitations, Ethan sensed something. Their smiles were too tight, their compliments too loaded. "You must be self-taught," one heir smirked. Another called his story a great diversity milestone. It was subtle, but cutting. The final straw, at their grand gala, they aired a tribute video mocking Ethan's past, editing his face onto servants and minstrel show characters. Laughter echoed. Then silence. Ethan stood, tore the $900 contract in front of everyone, and changed the game. Ethan's journey started with grit. Raised by a single mom who cleaned houses, he learned early that excellence had to be undeniable. Harvard Business School didn't come from legacy. It came from scholarships, side hustles, and sleepless nights. He founded Cole Tech with one goal: make life-saving tech available for all, especially in neglected communities. By the time the Whitmores came calling, Ethan had led 2 major healthcare breakthroughs and turned down 5 other acquisition offers. His inner circle, CFO Melissa James, his brother Darius, and mentor Judge Willoughby, all warned him. The Whitmores had a history of buying out minority-owned firms and gutting them. Still, Ethan wanted to believe this was different. That he could play the game and still keep his integrity. Until they made it clear, they didn't want a partner. They wanted a trophy. The gala was held at the Whitmores' sprawling estate. White-gloved staff, oil portraits, senators in tuxedos. Ethan, seated beside their daughter Ashley, endured backhanded praise all night. "Your story's inspirational," she cooed. "Like something out of a movie." But it got worse. During dinner, the family played a tribute video to welcome Ethan. It showed his face superimposed on images of slaves, shoeshiners, and jazz singers. From cotton to code, the narration sneered. As laughter filled the ballroom, Ethan rose slowly, walked to the center, picked up the mic. "I want to thank the Whitmore family," he said calmly, "for showing me exactly what money can't buy: class, respect, and legacy." He pulled the contract from his jacket, tore it in half, and walked out. A guest filmed the entire moment. The video exploded online. Respect over riches, Ethan Cole Whitmore humiliation. By morning, the world knew. Black entrepreneurs, celebrities, civil rights leaders, everyone rallied behind Ethan. Within days, 3 major Whitmore partners dropped their deals. Their stock fell 15%. Meanwhile, Ethan got a call from Victoria Shaw, CEO of Obsidian Media, the largest black-owned media firm in America. "Join our board," she said. "You just showed us all what power looks like." Clara Whitmore, an insider who hated her family's empire, leaked internal documents exposing how they'd systematically dismantled minority-owned businesses for years. The FBI launched an investigation. Congress began asking questions. And Ethan? He got a $1.1 billion offer from a rival firm, with full control, board representation, and a fund for underserved tech communities. He said yes. Ethan didn't stop at business wins. He reinvested in his roots, opening tech labs in underfunded schools, launching scholarships, and funding health clinics in neglected cities. His nonprofit incubators created 5,000-plus jobs within a year. At a youth summit, a 14-year-old coder said, "I want to be like you." Ethan smiled and replied, Be better. Build something they can't take from you. Meanwhile, the Whitmore empire crumbled. Legal cases, investigations, leaked videos, board resignations. Their once mighty estate, now a museum on ethical failure in business. The same ballroom where they laughed at Ethan now hosted classes on corporate diversity and integrity. And that portrait they mocked him with, replaced by a plaque that read, "Legacy is not inherited, it's earned." Years later, Ethan stood atop Cole Global Tower, overlooking the skyline that once felt so far away. His TED Talk, "The Day I Didn't Toast," had become the most watched in history. His company, now a public benefit corporation, stood as proof that profits and principles could coexist. In the lobby, a plaque read, "The man they underestimated, the world he built instead." A journalist once asked, "What did you gain from walking away from $900 million? Ethan answered, "Dignity. And the freedom to build a table no one can pull out from under me." Because he didn't just tear up a contract, he rewrote the rules.